You'd think if you have millions of dollars, you can buy anything you want, right? Well, not always. What if the product isn't just for sale? What if, to even get the chance to buy it, you're the one being judged? That's exactly what we're digging into today. The wild journey of buying a Bugatti. It's not a transaction, it's an evaluation. And that quote, that right there, is the whole game. Just try to picture this. You walk into a showroom ready to drop millions, and nothing. No one greets you. No one even tries to sell you the car. It just sits there, under the lights, and you get this weird feeling that it's judging you. That one idea, it changes absolutely everything.
The whole place is silent. It's super controlled, super intentional, and you realize every move you make, how you walk, how you look at the car, it's all being watched. See, this isn't a showroom for customers. No, it's a filter, a very carefully designed one, just to see who really measures up.
So where does this test even begin? Well, it starts the exact moment you think you're in charge. But, oh man, you could not be more wrong.
Look, you can walk in there wearing the most expensive suit in the world, it doesn't matter. Bugatti isn't going to chase you. They're going to study you. You see, you didn't just wander in off the street. You were allowed to be there. They've already pre-screened you, background checks, what cars you've bought before, your whole reputation. The money, that's just the ticket to get in the door. The real test is just starting.
And this is a total flip of the script, right? Normally, the salesperson is trying to win you over. Here, it's the complete opposite. You're the one being evaluated. The brand holds all the power, all the cards. They're not asking for your money. They're deciding if you're even worthy of their car.
Which really is a perfect example of gatekeeping, because that's what's happening here. Bugatti isn't just building cars. They're acting as a very, very selective gatekeeper. They're handpicking a community, and the car, well, the car is just the key to get into that crazy exclusive world.
Okay, so let's say you pass that first silent test. You move on to the next level. You're not just some potential buyer anymore. Now you're invited to become a client.
So days, maybe even weeks, pass in total silence. Then your phone rings. The call is short, super formal, and has zero excitement. Someone just says your allocation is approved. That's it. There's no congratulations or anything, because this isn't a win. It's just an invitation to compete against a bunch of other millionaires for one of the very few cars available. Getting approved wasn't the prize. It was just the starting pistol.
All right, now fast forward to delivery day. The room you walk into is even more controlled, more intense than the showroom. Your car is right there, but it's hidden under this big silk sheet. The tension is just building, and then they pull it off.
1,500. That's the horsepower you're dealing with from that legendary W16 engine. But you learn pretty quick that numbers like that are totally meaningless. They don't even begin to prepare you for what this machine actually feels like.
I mean, the first time you really hit the throttle, it's not just fast. It feels unnatural. People who've driven it say it perfectly. It feels like the world is being pulled backward. Your vision narrows, your body gets pinned to the seat. This isn't just speed we're talking about. It's just raw, overwhelming force. And you realize, oh, I'm not driving a car. I'm trying to tame this beast.
But here's the thing. Owning the car, that's just step one. The real journey now goes way beyond the machine itself. You're now entering the exclusive world that's built around it. Next, you get an invitation to their Sur Mesure program. It's French for tailored. And this is where your car stops being a car and becomes a statement. We're talking materials you've never even heard of, custom-tinted carbon fiber, stitching patterns that are completely unique. Your Bugatti basically becomes a one-of-one fingerprint. It's your identity, forged in metal and carbon.
Then comes another quiet invitation. This time, it's for a private track day. You get there and you see rows and rows of other Bugattis, each one unique. And it hits you. You're surrounded by billionaires. But here's the crazy part. In this group, being a billionaire is just the baseline. It's assumed. There's a whole new hierarchy here, based on your status inside this circle. And you figure out real fast that you're not at the top of this food chain. And that gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? The real prize stops being the car. It becomes the social validation. It's about getting that nod of approval, that recognition from this tiny, powerful group. That's the invisible thing Bugatti is really selling.
So one car turns into two, maybe three. At this point, you're not just a collector anymore. You're a custodian of automotive history. Think about it. The legendary W16 engine era is over. Bugatti's moving into hybrids, electrics. So you own these monuments to the past. And that just feels different. You know, having one Bugatti shows you have wealth. Having multiple, that shows you have power.
And this is where we get to the final climb. This is where a client becomes something else entirely, a part of the brand's actual future. You get an invite to a secret location. They take your phone at the door. Inside, there's an even smaller, even more exclusive group of people, and they reveal a concept car that no one outside this room knows exists. You're literally looking at the future years before anyone else. And you're not there because you bought a ticket. You're there because you were chosen. And at this level, the whole dynamic flips again. They start asking you questions. What do you think of this design? How should the next car feel to drive? This isn't just them asking for feedback anymore. This is you having real influence. Your opinion is now actively shaping what comes next. You're not a customer. You're part of Bugatti now. So now, you stand in your garage and you look at your collection, and it just hits different. You own one of the last icons of a legendary era, the W16, and you're probably first in line for whatever they build next. The chase is over. You didn't just buy a piece of history. You've actually become a part of it. So when you look back at the whole thing, it's this clear path, right? First, you get vetted as an outsider. Then you're approved to compete. You customize your car to create an identity. You get included in the circle. You become influential within it. And finally, you become a legacy. It's a ladder, and you've climbed every single rung. And that brings us all the way back to the beginning, doesn't it? Back to that silent showroom. But now you get it. You understand what it was all for. The whole thing was just one long, elaborate filter designed to answer a single question. It was never, ever about the car. It was always about deciding who gets to belong. So I'll leave you with this final thought. When getting in the door requires so much more than money, when it requires a certain kind of person, a specific reputation, real influence, it makes you wonder, what's the true price? Not for the car, but for belonging to a world that almost nobody ever gets to see.